TOK Presentation: Applications of Graphene in Water Purification.
A presentation by Ian Kwok and Henry Tai. What is our real-life situation? RLS. Our real-life situation is that scientists discovered that the allotrope of carbon, graphene, contained properties that allowed it to purify contaminated water. What is graphene? Graphene is a single thin layer of graphite atoms that are arranged into a hexagonal arrangement. The purpose of graphene in purifying water is that it allows water to pass through microscopic nanochannels in its surface while stopping pollutants with larger molecules. What is our knowledge question?
Our knowledge question is: what role does experiments play in understanding the natural sciences?
What is the connection between our RLS and the knowledge question? The role of the experiments from both the real-life situation and the knowledge question is significant due to the knowledge provided from experiments, allowing the scientists from the RLS to back up their claims and build up our knowledge in the natural sciences. The understanding of natural sciences allow us to answer our central knowledge question, but also helps people to understand the real-life situation better to be incorporated in real-life events. The knowledge areas are natural sciences.
Claim: we claim that experiments are significant in progressing the natural sciences.
Evidence for claim.
Evidence for claim: the role of experiments in regard to the progression of the natural sciences is significant due to the outcomes from these experiments providing valuable data. In other words, experiments are able to predict scientific phenomena. Normally, the goal of the experiment is to identify some kind of causation linking two or more variables. In the case of the selected real-life situation, the scientists are trying to identify the causation between graphene and contaminated water. The research scientists are trying to identify the properties of graphene which allows this reaction to occur as a result from experiments. Therefore, the scientific experiments conducted in scientific investigation is significant in regard of progressing the natural sciences.
Counterclaim. Despite the experiments progressing the natural sciences, experiments have flaws that can question its reliability. Counterclaim. Evidence.
Evidence for counterclaim: experiments are quite indeed important in regard to scientific investigations. However, there are occasions where scientists do not take third-party variables into account of. These third-party variables is also known as a confounding variable. It can often make data with causation result in simply being a correlation or none at all. They ruin experiments in general and make all the research data into useless results. Confounding variables in experiments can cause two major problems: increase in variance and introduce bias. An increase in variance will result the experiment data of being more inconsistent and divergent. Bias in general makes data untrustworthy, reducing the reliability. A confounding variable in graphene experiment will ultimately make all the data useless, meaning the presence of that confounding variable will always reduce the significance of the experiments in regard to the natural sciences. Thank you for listening.